Joining us to take a look at fruit color in the landscape is horticulture professor Mike Schnelle. Now Mike, I know that the viburnums are another one of your passions,
Yes.
and we certainly have a number out here. And this one's loaded with some beautiful fruits. Tell us about this species.
This is Eskimo Viburnum, and this kind of has a complicated heritage. It's got a couple of different parents. It's been tweaked by breeders over the years, and we've actually had it commercially available for quite some time now. But I still like it. It's one of those oldie but goodie viburnums. I like it for its compact growth habit. It's not going to get much bigger than what we're looking at today, but it's always going to give you these reliably beautiful black and red fruits in the fall. It's going to give you white flowers in the spring. Not the most fragrant viburnum, so there's some trade-offs. If you want fragrance, Eskimo is not one of the top leaders in the viburnum world, so to speak. But for fall color and for fall fruits, it's really it's one of the best.
Okay, and I imagine wildlife enjoy the fruits.
Absolutely, the birds particularly. And again, for people with even a small yard, they can accommodate this plant because again, it's going to stay at about 6 by 6 max.
Okay, well let's take a look at some other nice plants for fruit. Well, Mike, this is a magnificent crabapple, and they tend to get a lot more attention in the spring when they're flowering, but certainly beautiful for fruit as well.
Yeah, this is prairie fire crabapple, and the reason I'm so excited about this particular clone is it's pretty much resistant, if not immune, to a lot of the pests, and particularly diseases that befall malers or crabapples here in Oklahoma. And that's why we've gotten a bad rap on this genus, is because people have not had access to the better clones. But with the latest ones out, that, by the way, you can get at your favorite garden center or nursery, ask he or she to give you those that you don't have to tolerate cedar apple rust and fire blight. And they are resistant, if not immune.
And this one is very widely available throughout the state.
Absolutely.
And it's one of our Oklahoma approved plants as well. Certainly a good selection for not only the beautiful fruits, but again, we have flowers in the spring and nice structure.
Size-wise, it's not going to get as large as some of the other crabapples, so even the small homeowner could have one that's maybe going to get 20 feet max in average conditions, so it's containable.
Okay, beautiful plant for the landscape.
Yep.
Well, Mike, our beautyberry always gets a lot of attention this time of year with these dramatic purple fruits.
Yeah, the beautyberry is one that we could use even more here in Oklahoma, whether it's the Asian type or native Calicarpa americana. Both are fantastic for Oklahoma. Sometimes they grow a little bit better as an understory plant. You don't have to water them as often, but as you can see here, they can actually grow in full sun and look pretty decent if they have just a little bit of irrigation.
And that's certainly an important point with our beautyberries. Once they get that sun they need.
Absolutely.
They need the moisture.
They're really going to be happy with just a little bit of afternoon shade at least. You can prune them back to your liking and to your taste, and they'll come back and bloom and then give you fruit on new wood. So you can really keep them at the size that you want. Year-round beauty with the fruits, and no pest or diseases to speak of.
We have some other cultivars that have a white fruit. If you don't like the purple, I like the purple because it's so unique.
But there is a white form available if you'd like, if the homeowner's tired of purple, if they want to use white in their overall design scheme.
Absolutely.
So,
one of the things I like about this plant is this draping habit. Really beautiful large shrub.
And regardless of which one you buy, they're all going to have that gracefully arching habit, so you can't go wrong if that's what you're after.
Okay. Well, there is a beautiful dogwood I want to share
let's
too.
take a look.
Let's go take a look at that. Well, Mike, this dogwood has been catching my eye every time I walk past it. It's simply beautiful right now. And this is the Florida?
Flowering dogwood,
Flowering
of course,
dogwood.
Florida. Native to eastern Oklahoma, and we're actually standing under a mature specimen. This is pretty much the size they max out here in Oklahoma conditions, particularly this far west in Oklahoma. Not the easiest dogwood to grow in Stillwater or central or western Oklahoma.
Yeah, we need to be careful about where we put this in the landscape.
It really wants slightly acidic soils. It certainly wants to be an understory tree, and that's where we fail sometimes. It's a great tree, but it's got to have a little bit of afternoon protection, and certainly it's going to need a little bit of irrigation and mulch. So it's not the most problem-free dogwood, but with a little bit of coaxing, you can
some special care.
You can have her for 40, 50 years easily. Sure can.
And you know, we've been looking at fruits. Certainly there's some beautiful red berries on here, and wildlife will eat these.
They will, yes.
But we also have beautiful fall color.
Absolutely, and the fall color is very dependable on this plant, as well as the spring flowers, of course, and the gorgeous bracts that surround the flowers. So you're always going to get those.
So we have some pretty much 3 seasons of interest with this tree.
At least 3, and then you go to your favorite garden center nurseryman, and he or she can give you other clones, other selections that vary in the flowering habit and overall growth habit and characteristics. So the sky's the limit on what you might want in your yard as far as flowering dogwoods. There's a lot of variability.
We hope you've enjoyed this classic from the Oklahoma Gardening Vault. Remember, even though these tips and techniques are timeless, there's always something new to learn in the world of gardening. By subscribing to both Oklahoma Gardening and OK Gardening Classics, you'll have access to a wealth of gardening knowledge, both classic and contemporary.